was the night of November 15th, 2012. A young girl was rushed into Arnold Palmer Children's Hospital in Orlando, Florida, with her dad and pregnant mother. Normally, this young girl was an active, outgoing child, but now she barely moved. At midnight, before she turned 7, she was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. I was that young girl. Type 1 diabetes affects over 3 million Americans. In the U.S. alone, every day 80 Americans are diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. These startling statistics show how widespread this terrible disease is. Unfortunately, besides having to take shots and tests, type 1 diabetes poses other complications. It can lead to kidney failure, blindness, loss of limbs, nerve damage, heart attacks, strokes, pregnancy complications, and many other things. T1D results in $14.9 billion in healthcare costs in the U.S. every year. Though scientists have produced a treatment for it called insulin, it still does not have a cure. I know for a fact that when you get type 1 diabetes, it's an earth-shattering development. It feels like your whole world has been turned upside down. For me, the hardest part was the shots. Though you may get a pump, a device that feeds insulin into your system later on, at first you either take your insulin through an insulin pen or an insulin syringe. You no longer have the luxury of just being able to eat without thinking about it. I despise this because I don't think it's easy for most people. Every meal and every snack requires preparation and testing and possibly even shots. When my dad was 18, he went into a diabetic coma. That is when he was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. He had no family history and no idea that he was getting it at the time. Fortunately, he lived through this traumatizing experience. I know that when I got type 1 diabetes, I had no idea how difficult it was going to be for me personally. Though I've had diabetes for over 3 years, it can still be difficult and scary at times. Once it got so bad that I couldn't even eat. Though insulin is taken to manage T1D, sleep deprivation, stress, food, exercise, and sickness can all affect your blood sugar and make it harder to manage. As you now know, type 1 diabetes can be very dangerous. If you do happen to meet someone with it, remember, they're not all that different than you. They're still human. Now, what will you do about type 1 diabetes?